Leadership students hosted an event to safely talk about body image and mental health.
A Cal Poly alumni has taken over the spot of Seven Sisters Brewery with an entirely new brew list.
And this past weekend, the World Surf League held their qualifying series at Pismo Beach.
Broadcasting from Swanson Studios, you're watching Mustang News.
Hello and welcome to Mustang News. I'm Ella Gamelik.
And I'm Jack Birkenfield. Here are today's top stories. Students on campus have created an event to change Cal Poly's mindset on body positivity and wellness. Cameron Ramirez has more.
This weekend, a group of Cal Poly business entrepreneurship majors hosted their first body positive Q&A called #NoFilter. The panel was moderated by junior Stephanie Still, while panel participants consisted of junior Sarah Holland and included wellness influencers, local therapists, and dietitians who covered the issue of mental health and self-image among college-aged women.
I just want people to take away that you want to work out to feel good, not just look good, and to love themselves.
Body positive health and wellness influencer Ali Bonner spoke to the crowd about her complicated experience with food that evolved into disordered eating for most of her high school and college career.
I remember just, going home one day after school, Googling fastest way to lose the most amount of weight possible, and they were telling me to eat like half an apple a day, and me not knowing anything about nutrition, I was like, okay, I guess it's like what you do to lose weight.
Her aha moment came many years later during a dinner with friends, and she has been on a mission to share her journey of recovery with as many young women ever since.
I really want to make a point that, eating disorders are not just anorexia and bulimia. Like, it's such a spectrum, and for me, I actually was in a bigger body when I was going through my struggles with food. So on the outside, no one really knew.
The #NoFilter project was born out of a class assigned to create a product or service that addressed local mental health needs and eventually evolved to an event produced with the help of wellness and fitness giant MindBody, who provided the event space. The event successfully drew in a crowd of over 100 guests, and Holland hopes this is only just the beginning for #NoFilter.
But definitely if it's successful here, then we could do it next year.
For Mustang News, I'm Cameron Ramirez.
The No Filter team hopes to expand their body positive panels to other college campuses in the future. And if you or a loved one is struggling with mental health or body image, resources are available to students at the University Health Center.
And this week, I got the chance to sit down with the head brewer of the newest location for your after-work drink.
Thirsty for a new happy hour spot? Well, you're in luck. Oak and Otter Brewery has just opened its doors on Tank Road in San Luis Obispo. Head brewer and general manager Dylan Roddick has dreamt of owning his own brewery for 10 years and believes his team's approach will make his dream a successful one.
Putting our own stamp on it with new beers, new food, new renovations to make it a little more comfortable.
The brewery has taken over the space of what was once Seven Sisters Brewing Co. and has overhauled the beer catalog with batches handmade by Roddick himself.
There's a little more variety because it is smaller. I can do smaller batch stuff. It's not, big distribution. It's a little, you can tell by seeing this place.
Oak and Otter plans to build an all-ages community among its customers with raffles, live music, trivia, and stand-up comedy nights.
When we saw it had changed, we wanted to give it an opportunity, and we absolutely are excited we did. Like, kids had a great time. They pulled out games, and we sat. All the adults sat at one table, and the kids sat at another table, and everybody was really comfortable and had a great time.
And as for now, Roddick and the Oak and Otter Brewery team will be pouring their custom pints 7 days a week with a special all-day happy hour on Sundays.
Whenever I bartend, it's always really cool to talk to the person being like, yeah, I made that. There's a good response to meeting the brewer and getting served by the brewer.
The brewery is located right off of Tank Farm Road and is now open until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturday nights. And now over to Lauren with today's forecast.
Thanks, Ella. This weekend, you'll be seeing mostly sunny skies with some cooler temperatures, but I'll have more for you after the break.
Maria, so how's work?
It was fourth period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread, so Miss Bell and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool. See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. I'm Lauren Kozicki here with your weather forecast. Now today is Wednesday, February 5th, and you're going to be seeing mostly sunny skies with a little bit of cloud coverage, a high of 62 with a low of 39. Luckily, there is no chance of rain today, but winds will stay between 5 and 10 miles an hour. As we go to your beaches on the coast, we're going to have temperatures peaking in the low 60s with lows staying around 40 degrees. So not exactly your beach weather, but still sunny skies. As we move on to North County, temperatures are going to drop a little bit. We're going to stay in the high 50s with lows in the high 30s, mid 30s. So in Paso Robles, we have a high of 59, low of 32. As we continue forward to South County and extended, we're going to go back to temperatures in the 60. Arroyo Grande, high of 62, low of 40. And as we move into your 5-day forecast, today and tomorrow, we're going to stay in the 60s. But on Friday, we're going to see full sun and 70 degrees, a little bit warmer. But Saturday, the clouds are going to come back, and we're going to get a little bit of coverage there, drop down to 68 degrees. And then on Sunday, we're going to go fully down to 60 degrees, but full sun and a low of 39. That's all for weather. Now over to Cameron with your sports coverage this week.
Thanks, Lauren. The Kansas City Chiefs won Super Bowl 54 last Sunday with a final score of 31-20 over the San Francisco 49ers. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes was named MVP after 2 touchdown drives that put them in the lead and ultimately secured the win. At 24 years old, Mahomes is the youngest quarterback to ever be named Super Bowl MVP. For Cal Poly Sports, the women's tennis team is off to a great start with a 3-0 season opener, the first since 2012. The Mustangs will host their 2020 home opener on Saturday, February 8th against San Jose State. The Cal Poly baseball team took a 21-2 win over their alumni on Saturday inside the Baggett Stadium. This is the 6th time in a row current players have won, with Cal Poly out-hitting the alumni 14-5. Cal Poly baseball officially opens its season by facing Connecticut, Michigan, and Vanderbilt in the MLB4 tournament in Scottsdale on February 14th through the 16th. And Cal Poly women's basketball came up victorious after bringing home a 52-41 win against Cal State Northridge. The Mustangs will return home to take on Hawaii Thursday, February 6th at 7 p.m. Cal Poly men's basketball had an intense game with Cal State Fullerton this past week. Reporter Anna Howard has more.
Cal Poly men's basketball beat Cal State Fullerton in an exciting overtime game this past Thursday. Cal State Fullerton started the game by winning the tip-off and scored the first points of the night. Both teams pushed hard through the first half as the lead changed 11 times before halftime. The second half opened up with a score of 46-41 Mustangs. Cal State Fullerton quickly came back to tie the game 48-48 with 17 minutes remaining. However, Cal State Fullerton pushed back hard with 42 seconds remaining and had a big scoring drive tying the game 93-93, forcing Cal Poly into its first overtime period of the season. With 4 seconds left in overtime, Keith Smith found Rogers on the court and passed it quickly, making it so he could score the winning layup within the last second, winning the game. This was the Mustangs' second conference win of the season. With Mustang News, I'm Anna Howard.
That's all for this week's sports. Now back to Jack and Ella.
Coming up after the break, the World Surf League Slow Cal Open took place at Pismo Beach this past weekend.
And students will have the opportunity to purchase one of the 5 new dining plans next academic year following completion of the Vista Grande dining complex.
Action!
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door. Sorry about that. You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys. Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back. The World Surf League held the SlowCal Open at a 1,000-point qualifying event this past weekend in Pismo Beach. I was down at the event to catch the action. Pismo Beach was sunny and beautiful as people packed the pier to watch the SlowCal Open, one of the only home events for California's professional surfers.
This is our third year in Pismo Beach hosting a World Surf League professional surf contest. We have space for 88 men and 40 women competing this year. Yeah, it's very important for most California young professionals. They don't have a lot of access to events in their home state, so we're providing a valuable WSL event for them where they could earn some money and some valuable QS points that normally they'd have to travel out of state to get.
QS points, points from a qualifying series event, are vital for surfers looking to advance to the World Surf League Championship Series events, where they can earn more money and have a better opportunity to impress potential sponsors.
It just makes it easier when there's guys like Andy, McKay trying to help everyone out and keep things moving in California, because it's been moving to different locations that are a lot harder for us to get to.
Surfers representing 12 countries were scored out of 10 for each wave they rode, and the highest two scores were used to determine a surfer's final score. The top two competitors from each heat then moved on to the next round of competition, ultimately leading to a two-person showdown to see who would be crowned champion. 14-year-old Sawyer Lindblad was the women's champion.
Yeah, I'm speechless right now. I can't believe, I was not expecting this at all. Yeah, I've been working so hard, so it just really feels good to have it pay off.
And Kevin Schultz, a previous SlowCal Open runner-up, took the men's competition.
Yeah, I've looked up to Brett since I was a little kid, and I think he had a couple titles from the U.S. Open before I even started surfing, so it was just a pleasure to share the final with him. It's awesome.
Wonderful for our local surf community to have an event like this at our home break. WSL is returning to hold another qualifying series in Morro Bay on February 27th.
And Cal Poly is introducing 5 new dining plan options for all students beginning next academic year. The new plans will be called CP Max, CP Prime, CP Basic, CP Go-To, and CP Grazer, replacing the current Flex Basic, Flex Prime, and Flex Max plans. The highest tier includes several meals per day for students who spend most of their days on campus, while the lowest tier is meant for students who snack in between classes but typically eat meals elsewhere. The university hopes that the new dining options and meal plans will encourage not only new but continuing students to purchase a plan and eat on campus more often.
I think the biggest one might be worth the money, just because it's hard to always make food for yourself. I know a lot of people who aren't ready to cook their own meals and stuff, so I feel like it's definitely beneficial for people who want to still eat on campus.
The plans will cover all restaurants on campus, including the new Vista Grande Dining Complex, which is set to include a variety of new food options for students when it opens later this year. The delayed opening of this establishment, however, may deter some students from purchasing a dining plan.
It was supposed to be open in the winter, but now it's pushed back to the spring, so people don't really know if it's going to open. So I think